It had been days since Jane's parents left for their business trip, and they still hadn't returned home. Jane was starting to worry. It wasn't like her parents to be gone for so long without any contact. At first, Jane assumed that her parents' flight had been delayed, but when she checked their flight information, she found that their flight had landed on time. She tried calling their cell phones, but both went straight to voicemail. Jane was starting to panic. As the days went by, Jane became more and more convinced that something was wrong. She started to investigate on her own, searching for any clues that might lead her to her parents. Jane searched their house from top to bottom, but everything seemed to be in order. She looked through her parents' belongings, hoping to find some hint of where they might be, but she came up empty-handed. Finally, Jane decided to check her parents' office. It was the last place she thought to look, but it was worth a shot. When she arrived at the office, she found it locked. Jane tried calling her parents' coworkers, but no one answered. Determined to get inside, Jane found a way to pick the lock. She entered the office and immediately noticed something was off. The desk drawers were open and papers were strewn about the floor. It looked like someone had been searching for something. Jane started to go through the papers, hoping to find something that would lead her to her parents. She found a note that mentioned a meeting with a new business partner, and the name seemed familiar. It was a name she had heard her parents mention before. Jane decided to investigate further, and she found the business partner's address. It was a remote location, and it took her hours to get there. When she arrived, she found a rundown warehouse. As she approached the door, she heard muffled voices. She tried to open the door, but it was locked. Jane decided to break the lock, and as she entered the warehouse, she saw her parents tied up in the corner. Jane rushed to free her parents, and they hugged her tightly. They explained that they had been kidnapped by their business partner, who was after a valuable piece of information that they possessed. Jane's parents had been forced to reveal the information, but their captor wasn't satisfied. He had threatened to harm them if they didn't reveal more. They were being held captive for days, and they had given up hope of ever being rescued. Thanks to Jane's bravery and determination, they were finally free. The police were called, and the business partner was arrested. Jane's parents were shaken but grateful to be alive, and they couldn't believe their daughter had gone to such lengths to find them. From that day on, Jane knew that she could always count on herself to solve any mystery and protect her loved ones.